When we're treating type and ensuring that the tops and bottoms of each character is flush with the next, we need to bear something in mind, and it's the principle of overshooting. The principle of overshooting applies to characters which do not cover much surface area at the top line or bottom line. The top line is called the midline for lowercase characters or the capital line for uppercase. You could say that the top line in this case is called the capital line. The bottom line is called the baseline. The principle applies to characters that do not have a strong horizontal presence at the top and or bottom. In this line of text, the characters E, L, I and N have a horizontal presence at the top and or bottom. These are the slabs and serifs. If we look at the Y, however, you'll see that it does not have this kind of surface area presence at the top. The top consists only of points which are figuratively reaching to touch. It's a feeble attempt to touch the capital line. To give the top of a Y a bit more presence or surface area beyond this figurative feeble reach, it's allowed to surpass the line. In turn, by doing this, we achieve visual compensation and it looks more correct and consistent with the other characters. In a similar manner, if we look at the shape of the A, it's basically a triangle with a point which covers little surface area at the top. Again, this could be regarded as a feeble reach, and so it's given some assistance and allowed to surpass the top line, and again, this helps the character and text line visually. Concentrating on the S, this shape of character sees two curves at the top and bottom. Because curves aren't a straight horizontal line, only a slight point in the curves are touching each line. To compensate for this, to give more touching surface on the line, we overcompensate by allowing the curves of the S to surpass both lines. This in turn gives a much better appearance to the character and the text line as a whole, which looks more consistent. Finally, we have the lower point of the N. This is the exact same principle as the A, but the point is upside down. It's otherwise reaching the line only with a small point, and so it's allowed to surpass the line to give it more presence. So explaining this principle really isn't enough without seeing it in action. So here I've developed an alternative version at the bottom, with those characters reduced to touch the lines rather than surpassing them. If you view this video at a reasonable size, you should be able to see that with the lines removed, the Y, S and A characters appear to be smaller than the others. And perhaps the bottom point of the N too doesn't look as if it's reaching to where it's meant to be. And it may become more evident with the text reduced in size. It's for this reason that the principle exists, and exactly why font developers, at least professional ones, design fonts with this principle in mind. So to conclude, knowing this principle, we should allow for some characters to extend beyond the top and or bottom line when we make adjustments to aligning the top and bottom of the characters. This is the principle of overshooting.